Hi everyone, my name is Kartik and my channel is about mental models. I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you are, then please subscribe to my channel, and as always, please like and share this video with everyone you know. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the tendency to minimize energy output. This is a long name for a mental model, but this is a very interesting mental model, and we can see this mental model in many walks of life. In nature, the flow of a river will take a downward slope, and it won't ever sort of take an upward slope. That won't happen. A river will fall downhill. In electricity, current will take the path of least resistance. So it is more likely, or it will go around the inner loop. If the resistance is too large, it won't sort of go this way. That won't happen because of this resistor in the way. The current will go through the inner loop because it is the path of least resistance. This tendency is also something that is hardwired in all of us, because in life we also want to be efficient. Sometimes being efficient and conserving energy and effort can help us, but in other times taking the simplest path can deliver poor outcomes. So how can we decide when it's right to take a path of lesser resistance, or when to work harder and take a longer, tougher, and probably less straightforward one? Well, it's linked to something I mentioned briefly in my video on Gresham's law. Please do watch that video. The link is in the description below. In that video, I said that in the long run, true value will win. And this is the key. Value. This is the key word. Where putting in extra effort creates value, then we should seek to put in more energy into the task. But where there is negligible to no value creation, then taking a path of lesser resistance is a better way forward. Let's take an example. In your place of work, you are annually required to submit a report. An annual requirement. This year you have been tasked to do this annual report, and last year someone else did it. Now, I'm using this as an example because it's simple to visualize and easy to understand. So it's my example, which is an annual report. So there are two approaches you can take. Number one, you can look at two approaches. Number one, you can look at last year's record, copy the tasks, create the report and submit. So it's a bit of a copy and paste kind of task. Or number two, you can learn and understand the requirements, review the tasks taken last year, evaluate if the processes can be improved, highlight any gaps, and after you have developed this learning, create the report, submit it, and also suggest ways to plug the gaps. So number two is sort of this learning approach. So in both cases, the outcome is the same. So the outcome is the same, which is to create and that's the outcome. The outcome is the same, to create and submit a report. But the paths, the two paths, are very different. And so the question is, should you take the easier copy and paste route or the more difficult learning approach path? And the answer is down to the creation of value. So it's back to this point here. The question you have to ask yourself when thinking about taking this route or that route, approach 1 or approach 2, the question you have to ask yourself is, if I'm taking those extra steps, would any meaningful value be created by doing that? If yes, then you should take that path of more difficulty. However, if the answer is no, then you can minimize the energy output and take the more efficient one. So if there's no creation of value, or if there's very minimal, it's negligible, then you should go for the copy and paste route. So like I said earlier, where putting in extra effort creates value, then we should seek to put in more energy into the task. Now, in order to do this, we need to be aware of the natural tendency to minimize energy output. Once we have this awareness in a specific situation, we need to be open to correcting this habit when it creates value, because the natural tendency is to minimize energy output. It's always to go for an easier option, or to take the less straightforward or the less difficult one. They both could be difficult, but one is more difficult than the other, then we take the less difficult one. So we need to be open to correcting this habit. So open to correcting this habit. And what is this habit? This habit is the tendency to minimize energy output. And we need to be open to correct this. We need to be open to correcting this habit when it creates value. So when it creates value. And what value looks like depends on you and on the situation. You will know in a specific situation when value is being created, or when value would be created by taking the extra steps. And so it's down to you, it's down to the situation. There's no one size fits all. Value doesn't look like something. It's what it means to you. And so hopefully by doing this, by being open to correcting this habit, by doing this, you can get a good outcome. And it's not only that, but you can sort of see this in a scenario and assess whether you want to take route 1 or route 2. And by being sort of aware of this tendency, you will get a good outcome in both cases, which is number 1, when we are minimizing energy output, or number 2, when we are putting in more energy, because you are open to correcting this habit when you need to. You don't need to do it all the time. You don't need to take the path of more difficulty on all occasions, but because you are open to it, you can do when it needs to. And when do we need to do it? When there's creation of value. And so that's all for this video. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please check out my earlier videos flashing on screen now. I'm sure you'll like them too. And I will see you in the next video with another mental model. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.